that I'm hearing a lot about property investors that have possibly legitimately taken the bounce back loan.
Yep.
And so may have £50,000 or a certain amount, depending on, it's 25% of 2019 revenue that you could claim for the bounce back loan.
But also, I mean, for investors, because, we work a lot with private investors, so if folk have got money in the bank, they loan it to us, we pay them an interest, different securities and whatever. But we've had quite a lot of interest from other people that have just got cash sitting in the bank because, the rates are at literally an all-time low. They're not getting any interest in the bank, so people are looking for these other opportunities. Where can they get money? Where can they get some secure returns, And we've done all right out of that recently as well, actually, with a few new people coming on board.
Yeah, I think I suppose we can see that from the English that they've obviously lockdowns lifted quite a lot earlier, and there's some transactions through the property market down in England, and there seems to be a bit of a bounce that they're experiencing at the moment from maybe just certain parts of England, but there's a bit of a bounce of people coming out of lockdown and moving house or making those investments. Paul, what have you looked at the down south? Are you ready? Are you encouraged by what you're seeing from the stories that are coming up from down south?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're experiencing the same in that we'd be sitting with a waiting list with probably, 14 people on it ready to go live as soon as we can get out to them. We've probably got 7 or 8 people who we did the marketing for pre-lockdown who are ready to go live. So within the first kind of 10 days of lockdown lifting, we probably have about 20 new properties on the market. I think that there's pent-up aggression. There's people that have been desperate to move, people that were due to get married and their wedding's been cancelled, so they're going to get a house instead, people that are looking to downsize, people that are fed up living in a flat and want to get a house. So I think that there's definitely going to be a good surge in the market up towards Christmas. My worry would be what happens after Christmas. January and February are traditionally out good months for us, but when the furlough ends in October, how many of these kind of larger companies are going to start laying people off? And I think there might be a kind of false high initially, and it's how we come out at kind of the start of 2021 would be, I wouldn't say a massive worry, but I think that's where the challenges might start.
Yeah, and I suppose I take your point. You're thinking long term ahead, what the impact's going to be, and I suppose getting buyer confidence initially. Daniel's obviously been purchasing properties, so his confidence hasn't been hit too badly. So when you went in to buy those properties during lockdown, Daniel, you obviously never went for a viewing, or maybe you're testing your eyesight and you went out in your car and just drove to the viewing.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
So, but you're quite confident about buying those properties.
Yeah, I mean, I've got quite a specific strategy when it comes to buying properties. Where I tend to go lower value, low risk. But yeah, I take Paul's point. I think that long term there could be a big issue, and they have. I remember reading something yesterday, maybe the day before. They reckon that property prices might go down by 13-14%. I'm not exactly sure how that compares to the last financial crisis. That's quite a severe dip, and if they are going to go down, I think it's more likely going to be towards the start of next year. Because when this furlough scheme runs out, then that's when people will get laid off. They're going to be stopping paying their mortgages, their rents. People are going to start flooding to sell their properties in the market potentially, and that might drive it down. But I mean, yeah, I think just now is quite a good time to snap up a decent deal. I've seen a few properties going at fixed prices under their home report value, which especially in Edinburgh is, well, pre-lockdown, you guys will know more than me, but it's kind of unheard of. It's usually 5 to 10% over kind of minimum, especially in Edinburgh and places like that. But fairly confident, fairly confident.